Did we do this right? I think we did this right.
I think so.
First and foremost, I feel like it's been a heck of a long time since we've all been live together. Lexi, I don't know if you've ever joined us live or not. I can't recall, but this is our first time. So for those of you joining us today, or thinking about joining us in the future, first and foremost, welcome. My name is Edgar Palacios. I'm the founder of the Latinx Education Collaborative. And our organization is dedicated to increasing the representation of Latinx educators in K-12. I'm here with my colleagues, Susana Elizarraz and
Lexi
Rios.
Hello.
And today we are unintentionally all wearing the same shirt.
Yes.
I'm sure one day we'll have a link to the merch if you want. No, I'm just kidding. That is not who we are. But before we get into anything, Susana, Lexi, how are y'all doing today?
Good.
How are you?
It's summer, right? And so things are picking up. We got our teachers who are out of classrooms, but already thinking about the next year. So exciting times.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited for everyone. Congratulations on, I think at this point, everyone who has a traditional August to May school year is out of school. So shout out to all of you. Yeah.
I was just talking to a person who said school was out last Friday for them. And I'm pretty sure if you're one of our educators who's still in school, the end is almost near. So keep your head up. This is LEC Live. This is something that we were doing last year, what I affectionately call the dark times during the pandemic. But we weren't doing it in this format. So this format for us today is to really think about what's coming up for us, what we've seen over the last couple of weeks. And so it's really kind of a recap and a future show for the LEC. So you'll see us weekly live here at 1:00 Central Time on Facebook Live and on YouTube, just talking about everything that's going on at the LEC. And so do we want to jump into it? Wait, you know what? We're making an assumption that people know who we are. So before we even jump into that, I'm going to go ahead and ask that we introduce ourselves. So I already introduced myself. Again, I'm Edgar Palacios, founder of the organization. Lexi, who are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm Lexi Rios. I'm the operations specialist at the LEC.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I am Susana Elizarraz. I'm the Vice President of Educator Supports. So if you are an educator, I'm here to support you. That's literally, the title is literally what I do. So thank you for joining us.
And I'm sure we'll learn more about what that means over the next couple of months as well. But we're going to talk about what's going on at the LEC. So I'm going to add this to our screen here. Can everyone see? Thumbs up. Fantastic. Awesome. Susana, I'm going to let you kind of take off with this.
Awesome. So as Edgar said, our LEC Live will be all about telling you what we have coming up and what we've kind of been up to. So a lot of great things have been happening in our community. We're going to start with Kimberly Vasquez. She's actually a student out of Baltimore City College in Baltimore, Maryland. We have built this relationship with her student group called Somos. That's there, students who are fighting for multicultural student justice and equity at a high school, and she's a senior this year. One of their advisors is Senor Edwin Perez, who is amazing and doing amazing work up there. But recently, Kimberly, y'all, isn't this so dope? Kimberly spoke to Madam VP Kamala Harris at a listening session on the digital divide. So the White House is trying to really open up their ears to what the digital divide meant for students in the pandemic and for the future. And Kimberly did an amazing job of advocating for her and for students, low-income students, students of color. So shout out, un grito para Kimberly Vasquez. That's amazing. She's killing it. She actually just got done graduating high school too. So shout out to Kimberly and to all the Somos kiddos in Baltimore City College. We always at the LEC are super passionate about shouting out, congratulating educators and people in our community who are doing amazing work. And so we've had a lot of people lately graduating college and accepting new positions. And so here we have our first example. Recently, Lucero Estrada, shout out to her, graduated with an elementary education degree from UMKC and has accepted a classroom teacher position in KCKPS working for Whittier Elementary School. So shout out to Lucero. Y'all stop me at any point if you want to chime in. A really good friend and of the LEC, Rico Francis, got a promotion, y'all. He works for TNTP and is based out of Indianapolis. Shout out, Rico. You're doing amazing work, and we appreciate your partnership and having you in our community. Congratulations. America Macias, she recently graduated from college as well and has accepted a position to be a classroom teacher at School of Vita Nova Charter School here in Kansas City, Missouri. She's actually from the neighborhood. She and I have run into each other in several ways, like when we were kids and in our teenagehood. So it's kind of cool to see her now being in the classroom. I think this is our last shout out, or specific shout outs. Gemma Hernandez, she just graduated high school from Notre Dame de Sion, which seems like, why are we shouting out high school kids? She just committed to starting her bachelor's in elementary education at Rockhurst University, also here in Kansas City. So we'll be seeing a lot from Gemma here in the coming weeks and coming months as we support her in her journey. But to kind of encompass it all, congratulations to the class of 2021. You have endured a year that none of us who did not graduate in 2021 know, the ins and outs of. So shout out to you for overcoming a difficult year. Shout out to all the graduates and to all the teachers who are accepting new positions. But we have some announcements. Edgar?
Yeah, first and foremost, let me just say that that's awesome that we get to celebrate our community, and it's so cool to see that many people back to back being celebrated. And so hopefully we can continue that. I will suggest to the community, if you're watching us, if you have anybody that we should be recognizing or featuring on this, please let us know. You can send us a direct message on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube. By the way, you hear my 7-month-old daughter in the background, upset that she wasn't shouted out, but I'm shouting her out at the moment. But definitely, we're excited to announce our first partner, official partner with Brookside Charter School. And so the good folks at Brookside Charter School and the LEC will be working together on a couple of different projects. Some more information on that as we continue to build that out, but excited to announce them as the first official legitimate partner as of the LEC. So thank you for your support of the work, and looking forward to doing some great things with you all as we move forward. And then I don't know, Susanna, what else is next? Oh, we can talk about the other purpose of this show is really to talk about the things that have happened also as well, to recap and our thoughts. And so recently we partnered with the Kansas Missouri Association of Latino Administrators and Superintendents, or Kansas Canmo Alas, is I think I've affectionately called them a couple of times. And so they're really doing the good work of elevating Latino leadership in education. And so we were able to partner with them on a summit. And then we had some fantastic speakers. We had, of course, Dr. Maria Armstrong, who runs the National ALAS organization, join us. She gave some great feedback. We had Marta Salazar Zamora, Dr. Marta Salazar Zamora, who is the superintendent at Tomball ISD, Independent School District in Tomball, Texas. And so she was our keynote speaker. It was really a fantastic event. And so a great opportunity for us to connect. If you're if you're interested in any of this stuff, or if you want any feedback or support, or how do I get involved, please let us know in the comments or message us in one of the many social media places that we can connect with you.
So we also have lots of things that kind of are ongoing. We want to constantly and consistently celebrate educators, as you can see, but also elevate them and give them the space to tell us about their journey, tell us about their leadership, and enlighten us, really. I mean, in all of the conversations I've been in, we've been in with Ask an Educator, we learn about the people in our community, and we get to appreciate them for their contributions. So a couple weeks ago, we had Betsaida Imperiale with us. It was an amazing conversation. If you missed it, know that Ask an Educator, all of our live streams stay on our Facebook forever and are also uploaded to our YouTube channel. So if you're not following the LEC on YouTube, we do have a YouTube channel, LEC TV. Head over there just in case you want to watch this over again. You know, you can do that there. 2 weeks ago, we had such an amazing inspirational story from Ivan Ramirez, doing really great work over at UMKC, the Multicultural Student Affairs. He's an amazing advocate for Latino students over there. We learned about his upbringing and him immigrating to the United States from Mexico at the age of 15. Just a glimpse of all of the really cool things that we learn about people and that we hear about people, our educators, on this show. Now, this week, we have the amazing Jacqueline Rodriguez, who actually was one of our breakout speakers for our Acción Summit. Jacqueline Rodriguez, she is the director of English language learners, English as second language learners, and migrant programs in KCKPS. She will be with us this Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. Central Time to kind of unpack and tell us her leadership story and about who she is and what she does. So Thursdays from 5 to 6 p.m., don't miss out on us talking to our community members about who they are and what they do. Now this is exciting. Y'all want to jump in and talk about Evolucion?
So Evolucion is the thing, right? So actually, this is going to be our 4th year of Evolucion. This is the promo and graphic from last year, which we held virtually and had roughly over 500 folks register and participate in the conference. And so one thing that we're starting to work on this week or in the next couple of weeks is the planning process for 2021 Evolucion. And so just to kind of, it's kind of our culminating event for the year. We kind of work towards it, and it's just a blast. We typically have some live performances from folks, definitely Latino musicians, artists, and whatnot, but it is a Latinx space where we talk about the importance of education and representation, and we also hope to better practice for our community of educators as well. And so that's coming up. Susanna, do you already know who our keynote is, or are we still not there yet?
We don't know who our keynote is yet, but we do have a date. So save the date for Saturday, October 23rd, 2021, the 4th annual Evolucion Conference with the Latinx Education Collaborative. Like Edgar said, it's always an exciting conference that culminates lots of different things, lots of people come into the space. I learn in every session, every conversation, every pre-post event or conversation, I'm always learning. And so October 23rd, 2021, be prepared. Lexi is definitely, we're lucky to have her because she's going to have her hands in that quite a bit in the planning. So Lexi, are you excited? Are you ready?
I am very excited. I think we have some nice announcements that are coming up, and they're going to look very nice. So I'm excited about this for sure.
You notice Lexi said look very nice because she has her hands in quite a bit of our graphics and social media. So shout out to Lexi because a lot of what you're seeing on your feeds, on your Facebook feeds, on Twitter, on Instagram is all thanks to Lexi. Lexi, thank you for what you do. Next up, hey, there's some surprise things coming up, right, Edgar?
Yeah, I can't believe we're going to talk about it right now, but no. So this week we're actually going to be formalizing our final report on teacher pathway programs in Kansas City, in the Kansas City metro area. Actually, even bigger than that. So in the state of Missouri and the state of Kansas. So one thing that we were curious about, in addition to the data that we put out around teacher representation in Kansas City, specifically teacher of color representation in Kansas City, was like, what does the pipeline look like moving forward? Or not moving forward, but who's ready, who's getting ready to come into the teaching profession, and what does that look like, and what does that mean? And so we will be we'll be doing a report, or announcing the report here in the next couple of days. June 15th is the date. It's tomorrow. It's a date that all the stuff is due to me. And so we're going to go ahead and hopefully release it by early next week. So we are very close on releasing some information around teacher pathway programs in the state of Kansas and the state of Missouri. Hopefully to set up the case that it is so important that we continue to talk to our students, our particular middle school students and high school students, about becoming teachers, and getting them excited about education as a viable career option. And so more information forthcoming on that. And then a couple other things that are happening. Thanks to Google Fiber, who has sponsored our Strengths Finders coaching, as well as identity-based coaching. We have spots available. We have up to 100 folks. In fact, when we first rolled it out, we had 40 people sign up immediately to begin the process of Strengths Finders coaching. And so if you're interested in this work, interested in understanding what the Clifton Strengths Assessment is, how that could better your opportunities, or better just the way that you show up in spaces, that's something that we're really excited to offer. And it's free for our community of educators, up to 3 hours of essentially coaching. And so we have some folks who already started the process, and we're well on their way to our third coaching session. It's such an important part of understanding what your strengths are, what you bring to the table. And hopefully it's an affirming experience for our folks as well. So that is something that we're offering. Susana, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah. Edgar, what's your strength? What's your number one strength?
Thank you for asking that question, Susana. So I know my top 5. And so my first one is restorative, which is about problem solving and healing. Second is communication. So every so often I try to tell a good story. Third is strategic. I'm still trying to figure out what that means. Fourth is adaptability, which I think our team knows really well at this point. And 5 is ideation. So I have a million ideas that I can share with everybody. 30% of which are great. And I don't know what the rest is, 70% maybe, which maybe we could do without, but that is a strength of mine. So it's helped me a lot to establish who I am, as well as to help guide the meetings that we have, and what I'm thinking, and to kind of just help people prepare for me and my strengths. What about you, Susana? What are your strengths?
Yeah, that's the reason I asked, because we are a team that are a direct example of how great these strengths finders can be for people, because my 5 strengths are: number 1, Edgar and I share the same top one, which is restorative. Second is achiever. Third is focus. Fourth is activator. And 5 is harmony. And so you notice that some of those probably would go hand in hand with someone who has the strengths like Edgar, right? An ideator, and then you put an achiever or someone who has focus together, and magic happens. So Strengths Finders, if you haven't done it yet, I have put into the comments both of the links for Strengths Finders. It's kind of an ongoing thing. Another ongoing thing is our virtual care packages. We always want our educators to feel loved and appreciated. So we have decided to continue the $25 virtual care packages that you can spend however you like. Those links are in the comments. And that's all we have for now. We have a lot of things going on, so just be on the lookout. Follow us on social media, and as always, like Edgar said, feel free to reach out. Edgar?
Yeah, just quickly, Lexi, what are your strengths?
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. I looked them up just in case someone wanted to ask me. I have developer, connectedness, learner, and empathy, and individualization. So I know that so far, being a new member of this team, and I say it in every space that I am invited into, that I love my job, I love my team, and it has been such a blessing to have this opportunity. And I'm very excited to be more connected with the community, to meet new people. I hope people reach out to me too. Y'all email me, Lexi at Latinx and I will respond very swiftly as I can. And I want to see all the cool things that everyone's doing. So with these strengths, I know that Edgar and I have talked about them, and he's kind of seen how I use them. Also, like, I think it's new for me to focus on things that I'm good at as opposed to things that I'm bad at and trying to develop those instead of seeing like, hey, I'm really good at this thing. Why don't we like lean into that space? I think that it is so valuable to have these and to know how you enter a space and where you can contribute the most. And I believe that I have been trying to lean into these um, things as a team and individually. So
Absolutely love that, and thanks for sharing, Lexi. And I'm thrilled. I think 2 years ago it was a team of one, and now we are a team of three. And like I couldn't ask to work with better folks committed to this work. So thank you to both of you for what you bring to the table and for what you do for our community. Also, Lexi, your strengths are fantastic, so I appreciate you sharing those with us. If you want to learn more about what these words actually mean, so like I hear that you're restorative, but I don't know what that actually means. Feel free to go to the comments and understand and sign up for one of opportunities for Strength Finders coaching, as well as we also talk about the importance of the Latinx identity and how you show up and how you present and how you talk about your strengths as well. And so wanted to share that with you as a gift. We are almost out of time. Just quickly, we have a couple other things that didn't make it into the slideshow, but are coming up. One, we have a workshop, I believe, and let me just pull up the calendar real quick. It's either going to be on the 22nd. I think it's the 22nd. Yes, it is. The 22nd from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We have a workshop around internalized racial inferiority. And so Cecilia Belzer-Patton, who serves on our board, as well as Dr. Nicole Price, are leading a session on what does IRI mean? What is that? How does that show up? How do we navigate it? What can we do to not promote that kind of, not promote it or perpetuate it within our work and in our personal lives as well. And then we're also doing a special event, I believe on the 29th from...
Sorry, pause right there. It's actually
Yeah.
on the 23rd and not the 22nd. I'm putting that link into the comments. Go ahead.
I appreciate that correction. And this is why we do this live, so we can just knock it out and get it out there, and also keep us honest and accountable. And then on the 29th, we actually are partnering with Katina Taylor. So as a nonprofit leader and an entrepreneur in this space, I often get into a lot of conversations with folks who are interested and have ideas of what they want to do or how to begin, but don't know where to start necessarily. A lot of folks want to either launch a nonprofit or have something that they want to do to help the community. And so part of our work, of course, Isabel is also excited about this. We're partnering with Katina Taylor, who is a nonprofit professional, someone who understands the ins and outs of nonprofit work. And so she's going to be with us on the 29th of this month, which is June, by the way, June 29th, 11:30 to 1 p.m. Central Time. And so we'll also have the link at the bottom of there for us to go. And so clearly it may be summer and some of us are taking a rest, but the LEC is continue to work through making sure that we are here for our community of educators. And so thank you so much for being with us and for all of your support. We will be doing LEC Live, a recap / future looking show. I don't know. We should have a better tagline than that, but I'll leave it to somebody who has the strength of communication to figure that out.
we'll work on it.
But we'll be here every Monday from 1 to 1:30, if not a little bit earlier than 1:30, because we're committed to letting you know what's going on and making sure that you feel invited, and that you are welcome into our space. So other than that, Susanna, Lexi, anything we missed out?
I don't think so.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to play our outro, and here we go. Have a great rest of your week.
Bye, everyone.